Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I have one of the most exciting announcements one could make, and that is that GYMSHARK is having their annual Black Friday sale, and I'm gonna go through all of the bits that you need to know. Strap in, because we've got things to discuss. So for the Black Friday sale, everything on GYMSHARK's website is gonna be up to 50% off, so it's quite literally the best time to shop, whether it's for yourself, for a loved one, whether it's for Christmas presents, early birthday presents. It really is the time. Like, if you're gonna buy anyways, you may as well get stuff now when it's heavily discounted. So what I'm going to go through is I'm going to break it down each category, going through all of my favorite pieces, giving my recommendations, how they fit, the sizing recommendations I'd give, colors, all of that kind of stuff, so you can walk away really feeling like you know exactly what you want to get. So when you build your wish list, you're not literally looking at hundreds of thousands of products like, okay, where does a girl start? So the sale is going to be going live on the 16th of November, and I'm making this video a week early so you have a bit of time to get situated, figure out what you want, speak to your family and friends, see what they might be wanting for Christmas. So it's going to be 4 p.m. for the UK, 8 p.m. for Australia, 11 a.m. EST for North America, and 8 a.m. PST for North America, and then for Europe it's going to be 5 p.m. So I'll put all of that information on screen and in the description box so you have it all handy. Also, I would recommend following me on Instagram during the sale period. I mean, if you want to anyways, but because I'm going to be posting regular updates on things that are sold out, things that I might have forgotten in this video, so I'll leave that on screen. It's spend_fitness. Give you some context as to where my reviews are coming from. So I'm 5'10". I typically wear a size medium to large in all sorts of gym wear, and I'm a UK 12 to 14 and a US probably like 10 to 12. I would say I'm a bit of a curvier girl. I have a bigger chest, so all of my reviews are kind of taking that into consideration. And with things like sports bras, I'm going to be saying things that I would wear as like high intensity workouts, but then I'll also have ones that are more like lounging bras, because if you're a bigger chested girl, you know what's up. So let's get into the video. Also, if you have specific questions about any of the products that I'm mentioning, like how they fit, anything like that, or if I've not mentioned something and you want to know my opinion on it, drop it in the comment or send me a DM on Instagram. I'd be happy to have a little chit chat with you, because I know it can be hard to kind of find things that you really love sometimes online. Okay, so first category is shorts. Now, this is probably the smallest category because I am a die-hard fan for basically like one specific type of short from GYMSHARK, and that is the Adapt anything. Anything Adapt, really, I just absolutely love, and the shorts are no different. So by far, my favorite shorts from GYMSHARK are definitely the Adapt seamless shorts. They are just like the perfect fit. They've got a few different like variations in terms of the pattern, but the actual style itself is very similar, and they look to the naked eye like a longer kind of cycling short, but you can kind of pull them up a little bit, and they just, when I say they don't budge, they do not budge. I could run a marathon in them. I'm not gonna run a marathon, but if I was running one, I would consider those shorts because they're long enough to where you're not gonna chafe, and they just stay in place. And I like that they have a high waistband because you can kind of roll it to what your preferred kind of preference is, and mine can change sometimes on the day-to-day basis, and a low-rise short would actually send me over the edge. So yeah, I really like them. They have a bum scrunch. They make the bum look really good. Okay. Next up, if you don't like a bum scrunch with your shorts, then I would definitely go for the Vital seamless shorts. I think in the same way as the Adapt animal ones, they don't ride up, so they're not going to like constantly be rolling up, because the fabric for both of them is kind of quite thick, so it's not going to be like, you know, that really like kind of Pilates girl fabric. That stuff is just going to roll up straight away, and nobody has time for that when you're doing like a high intensity workout, or God forbid if you're running. So yeah, the Vital if you don't like a bum scrunch, and the Adapt seamless if you like a bum scrunch. Now, of course, I am a loungewear girly, and these pair of shorts I have worn all summer long, and it is the Lift Essentials graphic brushed 4-inch shorts. If you're wondering, I do have all of my notes on my iPad, and I will be referencing, so if you see me looking down, it's because I want to make sure I get the names perfect for you so you don't get confused if you're searching for things. So those shorts, really comfortable. They've got a little bit of like fluff inside of them, which is super comfy and cozy, but overall just like a really good fit, and just so comfortable to just be like chilling around it. Okay, moving on to leggings. So again, I'm going to split this by bum scrunch and not bum scrunch because I know people have their preferences. Also, I'm going to be talking about flares because I personally love a flared legging, and I think it's an honorable mention. So with the flares, I have a few different opinions. So my absolute favorite flares from GYMSHARK are the everyday seamless one. I think they're the perfect kind of thickness of fabric while still being comfortable, and like, but also still kind of like molding to your bum to make it look quite nice without it being like an invasive bum scrunch. And I just think overall they're such a well-made material, and they're just so comfortable. So I've got those in a black, and I think I've also got them in maroon. and I just love them. They're just so comfortable. Next up, there's one of the newer collections, which is Soft Sculpt, and they also came out with a flare, and I do really like these, but the material is a little bit thinner than the Everyday Seamless, and in certain like underwear, I can find a little bit more of a camel toe action happening, which ain't my vibe. If it is for you, fantastic. For me, it's not quite. But again, that's only like in certain like thicknesses of underwear, so I don't think it's like that big of an issue. But I have those in all the colors. So there's like a beautiful lilac color. I absolutely love them. Like, they're so comfortable, and as a 5'10" girly, I would say they fit me like just about right. If you're a little bit taller than me, I think they're probably going to be a bit too short on you. However, these I find like just perfect for my 5'10" self. Next up is the Whitney flares. Now, these I have to say, in terms of the way the caboose is looking, probably my favorite. However, the waistband comes like up to like my chest, and that is a little bit high, so I feel a little bit constricted sometimes. However, it also could be that I needed a bigger size. So it's unconfirmed. However, the material of them, again, is like, it's just so soft. It's very similar to the Soft Sculpt in that way. It just is very, very buttery, doesn't scratch, doesn't itch, doesn't really feel like you're wearing clothes, which is a big selling point if you ask me. So yeah, I really, really like the Whitney ones. I have them in the light brown, and I just feel like they go so well with like any outfits, and you can wear a lot of the flares you can wear really easily outside of the gym as well, which is also why I like them, because you're not just getting them for the gym. You can also kind of like bop around in them. Next up, if you like Vital, any of the Vital collection, there also are Vital flares. I do find these to be a little bit shorter for me, so maybe if you are on the shorter side and you want to get a pair of flares, these might be a better option for you. That being said, it does not stop me from wearing them, because to be honest, what's happening ankle down is none of my business anyways, and that makes it none of yours. Do you know what I mean? So if you love a thicker material, you're gonna love the Vital flares. Okay, next up, moving on to leggings that have a bum scrunch that I believe are worth mentioning. So following along in the way of the shorts, the Adapt Animal seamless leggings are also an absolute crowd favorite. I feel like Adapt just is one of those collections that the majority of people really tend to like, and I am no different. And I just find that the fit is so comfortable, and they're not gonna budge. Like, the leggings aren't gonna be falling down, they're just gonna stay where they need to be. So typically for Gymshark, I'm a size large in everything, apart from some tops that I will size down in, especially if they've got a built-in shelf, just because if there's a shelf action going on, I need it to be a little bit more compressing, because I don't want to have to wear a bra, and a size large might not do that for me. But for leggings and shorts, I'm pretty much always a size large. The Adapt Animal leggings, I would honestly size up. The size large is quite tight on me, so I would definitely get an XL if I was going to get another pair of them. So just keep that in mind, and I would probably size up. And so to quickly mention about the Soft Sculpt flares, I would definitely size down in them. Typically I'm size large, and I really feel like a size medium would be absolutely fine. They're not like too big, but there's definitely room to size down. You know what I mean? Next up is the Annalise collection that's kind of just launched, the leggings that are a part of that. They give very Apex vibes. If you've had anything from the Apex collections, it's very, very similar. And I just really like the way the material and like the coloring has been done, because it's so flattering. And honestly, I just feel super cool. Like, I feel like a Power Ranger in the best way possible. And yeah, I really, really like them. There is a bum scrunch. They make the bum look lovely. And I have them in the black, and I really, really like that collection. Okay, as for non-bum scrunch leggings, so these are ones that don't have anything that's like really enunciating the tush. The tush still looks good, but it's not got like the actual bum scrunch. So the first one is going to be the Vital seamless leggings, same thing as the shorts. They're just such a staple to have. There's loads of different colors as well, and I just find them super comfortable, and especially if you just want like a no faff legging to just like put on, go to the gym, and get it done. Next up is going to be the Soft Sculpt leggings. Now again, like the flares, I would size down. Rather than getting a large, I would get a medium in these, because there is a lot more just like stretch to them, and especially if you want them to be a bit more compressing, then I would go for a smaller size. But the quality of the fabric, it is just so soft. Like, it's so comfortable. It's perfect to lounge in, perfect to travel in, makes the butt look good even though there's no scrunch. Like, it's just a great time overall, so definitely would recommend. And there's so many cute colors as well, so you can really kind of like pick and choose what you want. With the lightest color, the kind of periwinkle lavendery color, I would say, because I know I'm going to get questions about is it squat proof, and I would say it's not squat proof. I think it just depends on the color of the underwear that you're wearing. Like if you're wearing a really thick, like dark colored underwear, I think if you're putting the fabric to its like highest stretch, you're probably going to see a little bit, but I wouldn't say it's like bad enough to where you wouldn't want to purchase it to do squats in. But again, I think it's also a line that's maybe meant more for like more Pilates or less intense workouts anyways. So I guess it's kind of like what you're buying it for. So yeah. Next up on the non-bum scrunch, but again, it's just like very comfortable, and it is the Vital Warm collection. So it's kind of like the sister to Vital Seamless, and it's just really, really comfy and cozy. And on the inside, there's like a little bit of like a fuzzy fabric on the inside, but the way that they've done it is so that it's very sweat wicking and the heat can kind of escape through the fabric. So you can wear it outdoors when you're running or you're just going around the town in the colder weather. It's going to keep you a little bit warmer than just like your typical legging, and the colors are so nice. My mom is literally obsessed with them. I have since given my Vital Warm to my mom because she shopped my closet and she just loved them, and I couldn't say no. You know what I mean? How are you going to say no to your mom? Do you know what I mean? You can't. But I do miss them. Okay, next category up is going to be sports bras. So I'm going to be splitting this into high support and then also kind of more loungy, cute sports bras. And the caveat with that is if you have a smaller chest, all of the ones that I'm saying, well, all of these are going to be fine for you, but you'll probably be able to do all the ones that I would consider just like chilling sports bras. You'd probably be able to do a lot more in them than I can. Okay, first up is the lightweight high support sports bra. Quite the mouthful, but when I say this just straps you in, okay? It's very, very comfortable. They've got a few different colors. Not that that really matters too much, I feel like, with high support sports bras, because a lot of the times they're going under something. However, I do like that they've got kind of like a mesh racer back, and I do have it in black, I have it in gray, and they just are super, super comfortable. The only thing, if I could change about this, is there isn't any sort of adjustment. It's kind of like a one size fits all depending on the size that you get. So there's no like adjustable arm straps, there's no like back support, like back strap adjustment. It's all just like one piece of fabric. So with that being said, I would say size down in that, just so then you can really get a lot of compression and a lot of support. Next up is the high coverage, high support sports bra. Again, another tongue twister, but this one, again, just really does the job. And what I really like about this one is it does actually have the adjustability. So it has adjustable straps at the back, as well as like your kind of classic bra with the claw hooks that you can use to make it tighter or looser. So I really, really do like that, because sometimes sports bras can kind of stretch over time as you use them for years and years and years, whereas this one you can kind of keep tightening it as you go. So I've got this one in a bright pink, okay? If you've been following me since the beginning of my journey, this was one of my most worn sports bras at the very beginning, because I think it was one of my first sports bras that I ever really bought from GYMSHARK. I can't quite remember, but I know I've had it since like 2021 and she's still going strong. Next up is the Alpha High Support Sports Bra. So this is kind of a newer one into my collection. I've only had these for, I would say, the past like 6 months to not even a year. I would say the past 6 months was the first time I tried them, and I've got them in the black and the white. And I do really like these ones. However, I wouldn't say they're as high support as the previous two that I've mentioned. They are definitely high support, but I find that the way that the bra is built is there's like a thick band, and then it's almost as if your chest kind of like goes into the fabric rather than being held down by the fabric, if that makes sense. Don't get me wrong, I still really, really like them, and I do wear them often, and they are supportive enough for me to do pretty much anything I want to do in them anyways. So I do run in them, I do hit workouts in them. However, if you're looking for that like absolute nuttins move in, I would go for the first two. Now going into the chilling, low intensity, just vibes sports bras. First up is the Vital Sports Bra. Now this one, I wish I could wear. Okay? When I say I love this sports bra and I genuinely wear it a lot, but it's mainly around the house or more recently as a swimsuit, because she's itty bitty, okay? I was genuinely so surprised when I did that try-on haul that it even fit me, but it did fit me, but I'm not moving around loads, do you know what I mean? Like that is the caveat there, but it works so well as a swimsuit because it's such like thin fabric, it's just like itty bitty, it's very cute. So I really, really like that one, and if I could wear it for high intensity things, I would, but alas, I cannot. Next up is the double up sports bra. So I do really like this one, but again, it's a little bit too low cut for me to feel comfortable doing a lot of high intensity things in, because I don't know, for me personally, my personal preferences, I don't like to feel like I'm having things going all over the place. I'd like to feel very secure. That's why I quite like a high neck. But again, underneath like certain like zipped up hoodies or just little things like that, I think it can be really, really flattering because it has a cute little like Gymshark logo there. I have it in white, and so I do really like it and I wear it often, but it's not something that I would go run a marathon in. Do you know what I mean? Next up is the Animal Adapt Seamless Sports Bra. So this matches the leggings and the shorts that we spoke about earlier, and I really, really like these, but it's just the size isn't quite right for me. I find that I'm spilling out a little bit on all sides, so it's not something that I'm gonna wear out and about in public with just a bra. However, I do wear it underneath other tops and just kind of like as a regular sports bra rather than a like for show sports bra, I guess you could say. So yeah, I really like those, and they have adjustable straps as well, which is super, super handy. They don't have the adjustable back strap. It's just like the straps here, and it's kind of like a triangle back. So it is kind of high support, again, if you have a smaller chest, but if you have a bigger chest, refer to the first category. Now, I've added in another category, which is I don't wear personally, but a lot of my friends with smaller chests love, which I think is an honorable mention. And the first one is the Adapt Flex Whitney Sports Bra. So this is like a halter neck one. And for me, it's a lot of risk, okay? And I'm not willing to risk public nudity like that. I'm just not. I'm sorry, I'm not. However, I know a lot of my friends absolutely love this sports bra, and you bet your bottom dollar, if I could wear it, I would. The next one is the minimal sports bra. I feel like this is one of like the kind of classic Gymshark looks. I've not even tried this one, I'll be honest, full transparency, because I've seen the amount of fabric that's there and I just don't feel confident. However, I feel like maybe I need to give it a try. So I think overall the minimal sports bra is a very, very good option if you're looking for a very low support sports bra that's very minimal and is just like, you know, she's cute. She's cute. Okay, now we're going to be talking about tops. So again, like the sports bras, I've split these into two categories. We've got high intensity, like high support tops, and ones that are a little bit less intense that you can kind of just wear for anything. So when I say high support tops, I essentially mean anything that I find I can easily wear like a really high support sports bra under, and then bonus points if it adds any sort of extra support, like this top, for example, that I've got on now. If I wore a high support sports bra under, which to be fair, I literally am, this top, because it's compressing, adds like an extra layer of support and just makes me feel like I'm being held in. So speaking of this top, because this is on this list, this is the new Apex tank, and I adore this. The only thing I have to say here is the neck, she's a little tight, okay? So when I worked out in it the other day, I didn't notice any issues. However, I was wearing it for a bit of a photo shoot the other week, and I was like, I'm feeling tight. So if you get a little bit claustrophobic with things being kind of tight around your neck, just keep that in mind. However, it is so cute. I love the different like stitching on it, or not the stitching, but like the design on it. I think it's so flattering, and I just personally really like a high neck look. I think it feels flattering for me, so that's why I have it, but I think you should give it a try as well. Next up is the Vital Tight t-shirt. So this I just think is a really classic option. It's just comfortable. Do you know what I mean? Like it holds you in, it does what it needs to do. It's not budging anywhere, it's not rolling up, nothing's spilling out. So like regardless of what your workout is, you're gonna be supported. Now for the top that quite literally carried me through like 4 years. When I say the Vital long sleeve crop top was my jam, it still is, but I don't wear as many like crop tops these days. I find that I wear kind of like longer t-shirts. I don't know. If you look back on my Instagram, you will see in literally every single video me wearing one of those. I have so many colors and I refuse to get rid of them. They are my child. Next up is the training t-shirt. Again, this is just like a staple t-shirt. This is one of my favorites for when I'm on my period and I'm not really feeling my best in terms of my body, but I still want something that's a little bit like fitted, but not like skin tight, because I just find that the way that the waist kind of goes like that, it's just very, very flattering. And honestly, I love her, okay? I have it in black and I want more colors. Next up is the Diffuse Seamless Cropped Tank. Now, I do think you could probably use this as a sports bra, but it's got like a kind of like cute little neck and with like a little like keyhole here, and I think the pattern is just so nice. I love wearing it. It goes with purples, it goes with blues, it goes with black. It just is like such a good option. Another really good option is the Lift Campus midi shirt. It's like part of the Varsity collection, and it's just like a very standard cropped top, and it's short sleeve, and it just fits really, really well, holds everything in, and I think they just look really fun. Okay, next up, we're gonna go through the comfortable t-shirts, but I would wear only kind of in less intense scenarios. First up is the Soft Sculpt t-shirt with the built-in shelf. Now, if I wore a super supportive sports bra underneath it, then I could definitely wear it for whatever I want. However, the neckline is a little bit kind of scooping, so you kind of would maybe be a little bit more exposed than I like to be when I'm doing high intensity workouts. That being said, it's so cute and it's so soft, and I find that the shelf actually is quite supportive on its own. So like when I'm just kind of like bopping around the house wearing that, I don't need to wear a sports bra under it. She just does the job she needs to be. Another top in the Soft Sculpt range is the halter neck. Now, there's one thing about me, I like a halter neck, okay? However, again, just a built-in bra isn't gonna be enough support for me alone. So if I'm doing like an upper body day where I'm not really moving around a lot, I love the halter because it just makes the back look really good, okay? And who doesn't love that, all right? Okay, next up is the everyday racer back with shelf, and I feel like it's a common theme. Anything that has a shelf in, I just love for day to day, like when I'm working, when I'm filming, when I'm just kind of doing my day-to-day tasks, but I'm not necessarily working out. I think these are just so comfortable. In fact, I wore this one this morning and I just love it. It's got a little like logo here, just like it fits nice. We love her. Next up is the waffle cropped tank. Now this I just really like because I have the matching bottoms, like the matching trousers, and I think together they make such a cute set. I've got it in a lemon color, I've got it in a gray color. They're just like, I don't know, I just feel very put together when I have those on. I will say the top is a little bit tight, okay? I would probably size up in the top just because she's snug, but at the same time, like I kind of like the snugness, but if it was any more tight, then I would be struggling. So yeah, kind of do with that what you will. Another great option is the everyday seamless tank with shelf. I think this is just so comfortable to wear around the house or just for kind of like lightweight workouts. I love to travel in it. It's just a really good staple. Next up is the everyday seamless ribbed mini top. Now this I really like to wear over the top of sports bras. I think it's kind of like the perfect cut for it, and it just like adds a little bit extra support, a little bit extra coverage, so I can wear kind of some of the smaller sports bras without feeling like I'm all over the place, shall we say. Next up is the rest day tank with, again, a shelf. However, what I really like this one is literally, like it says in the title, is for a rest day. I just think this is such a cute top. It's got little buttons that go down the front, and it like kind of like splays at the bottom, so it's kind of that like cutesy little look that's like very popular right now. But the built-in shelf just like chef's kiss, because what do you mean? I can wear something that's super comfortable and then not have to wear a bra with it. It's just a great time for everybody. Now for another category of tops, we have pump covers, and for this, for some reason, like all of my favorite ones I could not find on the website, and I don't know whether it's because I ordered them from the men's section and that's why I couldn't find them. However, my general consensus on anything pump cover is if it says oversized in the name of it or like the description of it, it will be oversized, so you don't need to size up, because I have made that mistake before where I would say maybe be a large and I saw it oversized. I was like, oh, like I'll get an XL. Too big, okay? If it says it is oversized, just trust them. They know what they're doing with the sizing. But I also find a lot of really good pump covers, like I said, in the men's section. So if you just go into tops for men, and then I would maybe size down in the men's, unless it doesn't say it's oversized, then maybe I would say the same size. I don't know, you kind of use your judgment on that one, but yeah, for me, I really, really like the Varsity pump cover. It's just really, really comfortable. The material is super, super soft, so it's not going to make you feel like you're dripping sweat. So yeah, really, really like that one. Next up is one of my favorite categories, okay? I am a comfy queen, and with that being said, of course, I love a tracksuit, I love a hoodie, and I live in them. In fact, I'm literally wearing tracksuit bottoms right now, because why not, you know? Living La Vida Loca. So firstly, in terms of full tracksuits that I'm just obsessed with and love as a set, is the power washed hoodie and joggers. I have the bottoms on right now, and they're just the way I love these, okay? You can probably tell how passionate I'm getting, but they just have like, the fabric is thin and it doesn't have any fuzz on the inside, which for something that I like to train in is really important, because I hate nothing more than when you take off a hoodie. Okay, it's a black hoodie, you take it off, you're in the gym, you lift up your armpit, why is your entire armpit like full of black fluff? It's not the vibe, okay? So for these to not have that, it's super, super great. They've got like the logo, like Gymshark on the back and then also on the bum, and it just looks really, really nice as a set. They've got lots of different colors. I have it in the black. I really want to get the green one. They've got a maroon one. It's just chef's kiss. Next up is honestly my newest favorite, and it is the Cozy Luxe tracksuit. Anything Cozy Luxe, sign me up, I'm here for it. It's just so comfortable, okay? It does have the fuzzy on the inside, but that's okay because I'm not really trying to train in that. That for me is more of like a relaxing, going like flying home for Christmas kind of outfit, and it's just so comfortable. Like, I love the zip up. I think it is like the perfect kind of crop. It just falls really, really nicely. I believe an extra large. I'll put it on the screen to confirm. And then I also have the straight leg joggers, which are so comfortable. As a 5'10" girl, they're quite long on me, so I can roll them up and still have them kind of touching the ground. So I would say if you're shorter, like if you're quite short, then I would say they're probably going to be a little bit too long for you. So if you're happy to kind of cut the bottoms off, then power to you. But if you constantly hate having super long joggers, then I would say maybe that's not the best option for you. And instead, I would go for the cuffed leg joggers, which again are still in the Cozy Luxe family. However, they just have that cuff, which makes it a little bit easier to not have them hitting the ground, if you know what I mean. The next tracksuit that I absolutely love is the Back Gains tracksuit from Gymshark. I have it in this gray, and it's just really comfortable. Again, it doesn't have the fuzzy stuff on the inside, so I find it really good for training in, going kind of to and from the gym, and I don't know. I like it, okay? So in terms of zip-up hoodies, I know I already mentioned the Cozy Luxe one, but the Power zip-up one, there's a men's one, there's also the women's. I have both, and I really, really like these. These are probably my most worn one for just going to and from the gym, even in the summer, because it's super lightweight, and so it's just that perfect layer, especially if you're just going to the gym in a sports bra, and you just want to have something to kind of cover up on the way to and from. It's really, really good. Another zip-up that I absolutely adore is the Annalise zip up. I don't know if it's going to be in stock for the sale. If it is, honestly grab one because it's the most flattering thing I've ever put on my body, because the way it kind of like goes in at the bottom like that, and it just hugs your waist so much, and it really just gives hourglass, and the fabric is like, I like it a lot, okay? It's just, you know? Okay, our last category is going to be bottoms / joggers / trousers, whatever you want to call them. And the first one up is pumper pants. These just look so cool. They look so freaking cool, and I love them, okay? I need to size up. I got a size medium. Again, I don't know why I did. I'm usually always a size large, but for some reason I got a medium, and they are a little bit tight on me. So I definitely want to get them again in a size large, because they just, I don't know, they're like the perfect material for the gym, because you're not going to be like dripping sweat in them. They're just like that, I don't know how to like parachute material. They're just really, really comfortable, and I think they look really cool. Okay, everybody, that is it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed. I know it was probably a long one, but I hope it was helpful. And if you have any questions around anything, any of the products, any of the sizings, just let me know down below, and I will happily reply and give you my full review if I've not mentioned something in this video. So just to recap, the sale is going to be going live on the 16th of November. I'm not sure how long it's going to last. They haven't told us that yet, so make sure to follow me on Instagram. It's spend_fitness to get all the latest updates on like when the sale is going to end, what stock is still left, and all of that good stuff. So if you do decide to shop, I do actually have a discount code to give you. So it's going to give you an extra 10% off of everything in the sale. So say something is 50% off, with my code SPEND10, you'll actually get 60% off. So if you do decide to use my code, I just want to say thank you so much. It really does mean the world. And with that, I hope you're having the best day ever, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I love you. Goodbye.